This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by FreeKeene.com. FreeKeene.com. Are you a liberty activist willing to be on the front line against socialism? FreeKeene.com would like you to consider moving here to Keene. While Keene may have the largest number of liberty-oriented media outlets in the entire state of New Hampshire, there's still a need for more activists. This year, FreeKeene.com is running one candidate for city council, and they want 10 candidates in 2009. Can you help them? Visit FreeKeene.com to see what's happening, including the front page news about Julia Miranda's campaign for city councilor. FreeKeene.com hooks you up with all the liberty media in town. Join the Keene liberty activists and help free the beautiful city of Keene, New Hampshire from the clutches of the government. If you can't move, consider a donation of just $3 a month at contribute.freekeene.com. Dave Ridley here, reporting in from Westmoreland, New Hampshire for RidleyReport.com. It's November 11th, 2007, and this is the Ridley Report. It's always a stunning view out the back at Cayley House Pub in West. And we have a special guest today, Lauren Canario, our own celebrity. Welcome back, Lauren.
Hey, it's nice to be back.
Hey! Hi there. Ron, good to see you. Good to see you too.
Lauren just got done serving 36 days in jail for driving without a license, essentially.
Oh, man.
Sundays marks the Free Staters' weekly get-together here in Westmoreland. So it's the first scheduled event that Lauren and Jim have had a chance to attend since she got released just a few days ago. Lauren is a right-to-travel activist who believes you shouldn't have to have permission from the government to drive from one place to another.
We'll see how long it lasts.
She's from Winchester, and her imprisonment has caused quite a stir both in the local media and in Free Stater circles. Okay, now I've abducted Lauren again and brought her outside where it's a little quieter so I can interview her. Lauren Canario of Winchester, New Hampshire. Tell me a little bit about whether, how does it feel to be out of jail after 36 days for exercising your right to travel?
It's like being born again. It's like your taste buds are brand new and everything's tastes wonderful and everything looks wonderful and everything smells good.
And tell me a little bit about, was it worth it? Was it worth this kind of a sacrifice?
I think it was. Yeah, I think when I did 90 days, it was for a less important sort of point than this time, so 30 days was pretty easy, I think.
Well, that's really interesting that you would say that this is actually a more important point. I mean, most people would say eminent domain is a bigger issue than right to travel. Why do you say this is a more important issue?
I think legally, technically, this is a better point, because I was in jail for life in prison for speeding ticket, and the previous one I did 30 days on was for trespassing when it was kind of, a blurry issue that I wasn't actually on my own property, but it would have been better if I had, and this one I think is pretty clear that I didn't have a license and they threw me in jail for 35 days.
Well, now, how about some of the really nasty negative responses? I mean, there were responses on that YouTube video about you that said you should be shot for what you did. How do you respond to that sort of thing?
That's actually, initially I'm shocked and going, "What in the world are you being so violent?" But I think it's like when you have an argument, when the insults start to get hurled around, that means the one person has run out of arguments, and it's a good sign.
The weekends.
Back inside Cayley House, we can see some of the fruits of Lauren's labor. A fan of Lauren's from Texas made up this really nice card for her, along with this one.
I don't mind at all. kind of. You sell yourself.
I wasn't on.
Turnout is not that high today at Cayley House. 10. Last week we had 15. Another piece of news I have to report is that the nhfree.com website is back up and running after being down for at least 2 hours today. That's November 11th. They had a denial of service attack some weeks ago, or it may have been more recently. I don't remember the exact date. There's no real word yet as to why the site was down today. Now, returning to the Lauren Canario issue, I'm here with Eli from Peterborough. And Eli, as a young person, kind of taking a look at all these crazy things going on around you, how does this affect you?
I don't know. I guess I look at it and I think, well, if we don't do stuff like this, well, how is it going to, like, affect my generation? Like, what we're doing is setting a pathway for my generation, and eventually we will have a much better world to live in, I suppose.
All right. Thanks, Eli.
Well, I saw on the website that when I checked the calendar for Sunday, because I'm not working tonight, that we have something called Social Sundays over here at the Cayley House. And on the Cayley House website, it said that they encourage things like storytelling, singing songs, and bring your instruments and do that. So I thought, you know, that sounds like something I can do. I have the day off. And we also have Lauren back from her little vacation with care and custody of the boys with the guns and badges. So I wrote this song for Lauren back when she was down in a prison in Connecticut. Lauren, welcome back. At a prison near New London, as the moon moves through the sky, mother sits in prison and her friends are asking why. Eyes of children on homes which were not theirs, so the politicians stole them and the judges did. So they arrested Lauren and they dragged her to the jail, but she would take no part of it, not even pay bail. And the black robe truck was just her day speech, which sounded strong, but he did a full 180 just to prove what he could do. And if you don't like her, you won't like us either. She's our kind of rebel, and we're going to see if she's home again. I do have another song.
And on that note, I will go ahead. This is Dave Ridley reporting for RidleyReport.com from Westmoreland, New Hampshire. FreeKeen.com